Welcome back. So, before we jumped off, Brad mentioned that his number three was Knights of the Old Republic, number
Yeah.
one. And so, getting back to my number two, I guess Brad rightfully considered that Knights of the Old Republic might appear on my list.
Yeah.
It's logical,
Yeah.
and it definitely almost did. But for me, it has to go to Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Okay.
That is my number two pick. That game just blew my mind wide open and really, like, it's hard to explain exactly why I love that game so much. It has a lot to do with, I guess, the characters. Like, uh, Kreia in particular and the other Sith Lords, they were so unique and different, and they shone this light on the Force and the Star Wars universe and everything that happens in there that really showed you this different perspective on everything that's talked about by characters like Yoda in the films.
Right.
And it was just, it made Star Wars interesting to me again in a way that it hadn't been since I was a kid, I guess.
Wow.
And it was so well done. Like, just amazing characters. Plus, it had all of the awesomeness of the first game, where you can just be a horrible, horrible Sith person, and make people give you their money and then kill themselves.
That's the greatest thing
Like,
that's ever happened in a
it's
video game.
insane.
Yeah.
And Chris Avellone is now my favorite game writer of all time because of what he did with Knights of the Old Republic. And I really, really want them to do another Star Wars game. They're trying, apparently. They're in talks with Disney regularly, trying
What?
to make another Star Wars game happen.
Oh, I need this.
The possibility does exist, but at the same time, Disney did sign with EA for like, I don't know, 5 years or something, that they would have exclusive rights to make Star Wars games.
Right.
So, I don't know. We'll see. There would have to be some kind of partnership.
Right.
Then again, there was a partnership between BioWare and Obsidian to make KOTOR 2 because the KOTOR 1 was made by BioWare, who is owned by EA now. So if BioWare were to make a Star Wars game and then give the technology to Obsidian, that would not be unprecedented. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So you're saying there's a chance.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want that to happen. Yeah,
I'm
that's my
right
number
there with you.
two, and that game blows my mind.
Yeah.
And if I was
Well,
playing that game right now, I would be completely happy.
yeah.
That's all
Well,
I'm saying.
I gotta say, I'm glad I bit my tongue and didn't say anything
Yeah.
because I was seriously considering guessing KOTOR 1, but more seriously, I was like, it's got to be KOTOR 2 if it's gonna be on your list.
Yeah.
And I didn't
I
want to
mean,
say it in case it was, so I'm
yeah.
glad I didn't.
Yeah. That was a very good call. I could
Yeah,
tell. I could tell you were wrestling with that, and I'm
yeah.
glad you made that decision.
um, yeah. So let me just turn that off.
That was fast.
Um, yeah. So for me, I don't know what it is that separates the two games. It might have just been that I was younger and more like, holy shit, this game is insane for KOTOR 1, and I was a little older for KOTOR 2, and it was just not mind blowing the same way. Um, but I don't know. I definitely enjoyed it a lot more. The however many of the time I don't know it was that we played it when we both played at the same time. I really enjoyed that.
That was a lot of
That
fun.
played
Yep.
through a lot more. Um, so I don't know. It was definitely better than I remembered the game.
That's good.
Yeah. So, but outstanding game. Totally outstanding.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And just the sheer creativity of it,
Yeah.
like you look at episode one, and you have like Darth Maul, and he's like this crazy guy, and oh, what's special about him? He's got a double-ended lightsaber. Okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. It's very aggressive.
Yeah.
But then you look at the bad guy that they create, one of the bad guys they create in KOTOR 2, and it's this dude that's like made of like rock that's like falling apart, and his body is held together just by sheer hatred and the Force. Like, that's pretty crazy. It's
Yeah.
pretty messed up. That is a Sith Lord right there. I don't know, just the idea of that I thought was awesome. There are lots of little things like that in the game that make me think that is really interesting use of like stuff that exists in Star Wars, but spinning it in a new direction.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. I've talked about that game
All
more
right.
than I've talked about any of the other games.
That's
Let's
fine,
move on.
man. If you like, I need help again. If you want to come find the thing, I'm stuck in the minecart.
Oh,
This
my
this game is
grass.
so hard. Oh,
Seriously, it's all smooth out here now. It used to be
I
all
saw
gray.
it. Yeah, when I went by in my minecart on the track, I saw you over there cutting the lawn. That was interesting.
Yeah, it's my time
Yeah.
waster.
All
Because
right.
what else am I gonna do in this game?
I don't know. Build stuff.
Nah, that sounds terrible.
Man. All right. Okay. All right. Enough shitting on Minecraft for no reason. Where are you? Oh, you're coming. Okay. Hi, I'm over the water. All right. While you while you break me free of my minecart prison, I am going to talk about number 2. And I don't know what you're gonna think my number 1 is, but my number 2 is Halo 2.
Oh, I know what your number one is then.
You have
Don't I?
no idea. Um,
Wow. Interesting.
Halo 2 for me, like it changed so much. That game, it introduced me first of all to like multiplayer shooters and just like online competitive play, which was so fucking fun. Uh, I can still remember like getting my first Kilimanjaro, which is like the 7 multi
7?
kill, which was the
Yeah,
highest in
7.
Halo 2. Um, like team snipers on Sanctuary, we were getting absolutely decimated, and then I pulled that out and we lost anyway. But I remember just like losing my mind and like taking a screenshot of it on my fucking phone, and then like texting
Nice.
Andy, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude, Kilimanjaro!" And it just, I don't know if I could even replicate that feeling in any other game at this point. But uh, it also introduced me to uh, excuse me, like competitive gaming as a sport, as an esport. I
MLG.
discovered MLG, and that has really had a huge impact on my life and what I what I do, what I pay attention to, and what I care about. And that for me, like it's completely opened up a new passion to me, which I I wouldn't trade for anything in it. I mean, it took over a little bit too much, probably more than it should have, but I wouldn't trade that for fucking anything. Um, but that said, and you know, just to not to be sappy, but like that game is where you and me and Andy and Ian near the end, like that's where we really became super
Solidified our
tight.
friendship.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
and that, I mean, that to me, that has changed my life completely.
Definitely.
And I, I mean, I wouldn't try. Like, I can still just remember those memories so fucking vividly, and I wouldn't trade anything for them. Even though, again, it took over more than it should have. But that game completely changed my life for the better, and I am so thankful for that. And I'm really excited because they're talking about or releasing Halo 2 Anniversary
On
game.
Xbone.
Yeah, probably. But I don't give a fuck. If they like bring that back and do some competitive play with that, I don't give a fuck. Just do something with it.
Okay, interesting question. Would you buy an Xbox One for it?
No.
Okay.
The problem is I would only play it if you guys were playing it, if my buddies were playing. And
Yeah.
you guys aren't gonna buy an Xbox One for Halo 2. That's the thing, as you get, no one was ever really as into it as I was. And
Yeah.
if everybody was, it probably would have been my number 1. But because it kind of fell off, and I hated when Guitar Hero kind of took over those
Oh.
times. I fucking resented that because Halo 2 was like the greatest thing in my life at that time. So it's like, holy shit, these Halo 2 times, then Guitar Hero took over, and it's like, damn, this really fucking sucks.
You were so damn good at it at
Well,
Halo.
well, it was like me and Andy, but at that point, it kind of went to like Halo 3, and that kind of took like Andy's drive away, and then I mean, yeah. So Guitar Hero came in, then Rock Band. So like I get it, it's fine. Halo 3 was not nearly as good as Halo 2.
Yeah.
Um,
That is a fact.
yeah, that's definitely a fact. That kind of killed it for us. That was the end of the time. But Um, yeah, not to shed like negative light on Guitar Hero or anything like that.
No,
It's just
no.
uh,
It's just your feeling on
that was the
what happened.
feeling
Yeah.
at the time. That really sucked. But yeah, Halo 2, those memories are always gonna stay with me, and for that, it's right there at number 2.
He's in the sky.
Oh, I don't remember what that map name would be now, but I can still picture looking down at you
Yeah.
from above on that really tall skyscraper building. Oh god, that
Yeah.
is the greatest game. And all the glitches, the super bounces, and just going through the campaign with Andy and like going out of bounds and just running up on the mountains where you're really not supposed to be. And it's
Yeah.
like just for no reason. There's nothing out there, but
Yeah.
it's awesome. So
Yeah.
yeah, that
No, because
that's it.
I mean, continuing on Halo 2, because for me, when we started playing that at Andy's place, that was my first dual analog shooter,
Right.
and I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And I just sucked so bad.
Well, I actually think we were kind of in that same boat because I didn't have Halo 2, I don't believe, when we first started. Or if I
But
did,
didn't you
I
have
didn't
like
play the
big red one
multiplayer.
on Xbox? Original?
Original Xbox, I might have, but I don't know if I had it before then, to be honest.
Hmm.
Because I remember the very first few times we played, like, we got decimated. Like Andy just shit all fuck all over us. Um,
Fucking Andy.
yeah. It wasn't for a while, like probably like 10 or so times at his place where I actually took a game.
Uh,
Um, so yeah, but yeah, I got so into it. I was so competitive with it, and that was a game where it's like, all right, I want to like be super try hard and use cults and stuff, and nobody else was really that into it. So
you're doing callouts in Halo 2?
yeah, a little bit, but near the end, and then
I have
Halo 3
no
for sure.
recollection of that.
Yeah. Well, not like at Andy's place, but like online. I try to get people to do that.
I remember Halo 3 having callouts.
Sure. But we never, again, nobody was really as into that as I was.
Yeah.
Same thing. For good
I
reason.
remember like aggressively making you lose games because of my shittiness.
I remember me and I just like farm the Chris kills like that.
Well, when we
was,
play
that's
together,
what it
yeah, but
was,
when we would play online,
Oh yeah.
like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, competitive to a fault. I mean,
Yeah, that
it's
is
just
definitely an accurate way of putting it.
yeah, that's you know, it's all good. It's a blessing and a curse because I like it, but it gets out of hand sometimes. But again, we've talked about Halo 2 a lot. And I don't want to take up all the time, even though we don't really have a limit because we can do whatever the fuck we want.
This is our weekly show. We do whatever we want.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
but if you're ready to cut over to number one,
Oh, I'm ready.
then I think you know what I'm about to say next.
I have an idea.
Eight simple words. Super Mario 64. My favorite game of all time. Absolutely, hands down, bar none. Oh my god. That game is just pure, like, video game joy to me. Like, if I sit down with that game, it's just happy time. It's just, it's just fun.
Yeah.
It's just so, like, the controls are so perfect. Everything about it. The level design, oh man. Just fun.
Yeah.
And watching speedruns is insane,
That was
as we did
awesome.
last night.
Yeah,
Like,
that was really cool.
people can take that game to an incredible level of just mastery, I guess. Like, they're just so damn good at it.
Yeah.
And it's awesome to watch. So, yeah, I love the crap out of that game.
Yeah.
Like, I think it has a huge role in, like, the industry as well. Like, it was a major game because it was the first thing that really took 3D and used it to its full potential, I think.
Right.
Because 3D platformers were not working before that.
Yeah.
You couldn't really, the camera wasn't right, people weren't getting the controls down properly, and then Nintendo was like, "Oh, we got this," and Miyamoto just makes this masterpiece, and people figure out exactly what they need to do, and that paved the way for things like Banjo-Kazooie, and on the PS2 things like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot and stuff.
Love Spyro.
I never really played Spyro. I played it on my cousin's house a few
man.
times.
This was a
But-
nostalgia list.
Huh. Interesting. Nostalgia has a big influence on me, I guess, but the fact is I can sit down and play that game at any point,
Yeah.
and it's still just as fun as the first day I tried it. So, Absolutely number one for me.
That's awesome. Dude, that brings a smile to my face when people talk about that. It's like, it doesn't matter that it's an old game or whatever. I can just sit down and play it and have just as much fun as ever. It's like, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. All right. I'm so curious about your number one though. 'Cause apparently, I have no idea what it is.
Okay. I'm disappointed for two reasons.
Oh, it feels bad.
One, I'm disappointed because you didn't guess it.
Yeah.
And two, I'm disappointed because you said it already.
Huh?
My number
Oh,
one favorite game of all time is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
My number 5. Oh.
Yeah.
So it is. I said at the beginning, this is the game I thought there would be overlap in.
Yes, I know, and I wanted to be like, that's because there is overlap.
See.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll get to it after. Please continue.
Okay. This game is everything that Halo was. It just kind of built on it, in terms of like what it did for me outside of gaming itself. Like, it was playing with friends every night for, like you said, like a year, and then we went back, and yet everyone was just as into it as I was. Well, maybe not entirely, but everyone was super into the game, and they all wanted to play
all the fucking time.
all the fucking time, and have like just that huge group of people hopping on and playing, and having the callouts and being the tryhards and still having fun when we want to have fun. Just, I mean, it was always fun, but just messing around if we want, but we can do whatever.
Oh yeah, like we would go and run riot shields for no reason.
Yeah.
Just to troll.
Just
Good
do
times,
whatever.
man.
It was the greatest experience I've ever had with any game ever, bar none.
Nice.
And it was every single night
I know.
for almost solid for an entire year. Like, it was insane. And man, if I could go back, I would absolutely go back, 100%. Like, there's no COD that's come close to what Modern Warfare 2
true.
was. It helps that I happen to be really good at that COD.
Damn good at that COD.
I don't really know where it came from, but yeah, it certainly helped for my own competitive sense and egotistical ways that I was really good at that Call of Duty. But again, it kind of just opened up more doors into other things that I can get passionate about, which was making videos and editing and things like that. And that's what I'm doing now. Like, that's what I'm still passionate about. So like it's just built on what Halo did, and again, like that's all I really based my list on, is what did it do for me, and it did a lot.
Yeah, because again, like that's why it's on my list. Is that like if we got the 6 of us in a lobby playing Modern Warfare 2 right now, I would be happy as shit. I would just be, it would be the best thing ever. So, yeah, absolutely. Freaking love that game.
Yeah, I would love to go back and play it. It's fucking Downfall. Yeah, it sucks that like there's just no community for it now, and
yeah,
you can't really
go mainly hackers now.
Yeah, it's just mainly hackers, and it takes you like half an hour to find a game, and stupid stuff.
Yeah.
But like, just the multiplayer is enough to make it my number one. But it had a solid campaign. Like, I always liked the Call of Duty campaign, so solid. It was all right.
Oh yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then the Spec Ops. It was the first Modern Warfare. It was the first COD to have that Spec Ops, that co-op little mission thing that you can do with a buddy. And I fucking loved those missions. Playing them with Andy, it was a ton of fun. But yeah, so yeah, number one by far. When I really came down to it, is I can't put this anywhere else but number one on my list.
That's interesting. I don't know what I was thinking, but so now we're talking about guesses, by the way. You ready to transition, right?
Oh yeah, I'm good on that.
Okay. Because when we first started talking about it, and I was like, at the very beginning, I was like, there's going to be overlap. And you're like, well, we don't want overlap. And I was like, there's definitely going to be overlap. and you're like, okay, is it that franchise that starts with H? And I was like, what? No, it starts with a C. What the hell is he talking about? I have no idea what starts with H. Shit, Half-Life? No, we didn't even like Half-Life.
No.
And I
Well,
was
I
like,
haven't
oh,
played it.
Halo. And
Yeah.
then from that moment on, I was like, well, Halo 2 is gonna top Modern Warfare 2 easily, and
Yeah.
that'll just be it
Yeah.
because that game was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I probably should have just stuck with my gut that we're gonna have that in common.
Well, it was funny because you're like, uh, is there's a PC game that we're gonna have some overlap? And I'm like, I've got one, and that one is COD. But I didn't want to be like, okay, it's on my list. Like, let's fucking go play
What the
it.
hell's going on here?
These are the civilians, the pigmen.
What is this game?
I don't know. You can
Anyway,
go-
sorry.
It's a town. Yeah, so I would have loved to be playing Modern Warfare 2 for this entire video. That would have been fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't want to give away what was on my list. Am I stuck down here now? This is a sad day.
That's just where you live now.
I'm having so many issues. I had to TP. Oh my god, I had to TP to you to get out of the minecart again. I could, and now I don't know where the track is from here. So
Oh, it's,
I'm
the track's
just,
gone, bro. It's gone.
I'm just over here now.
This is your home now.
This is my home. See, I need to scroll down on that. Okay. Did you play Portal like the first?
Oh
one?
yeah, okay. Yeah, I
Okay.
love Portal. Portal was a
Okay.
great game.
I thought that was a
Portal's
lock.
absolutely an honorable mention for me.
I thought that was a lock on your list.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's perfectly logical. Like, you're not wrong to have thought that. And after you said it, I was like, yeah, that probably belongs on my list. But I don't know. Like, I've done all the puzzles. Like, if I was playing that right now, would I just be like, yeah, Portal?
Right.
Would I be like, yeah, Portal?
Yeah. I know what you mean. I mean, for me, like that game is it's a good game. It was a good concept. It's just an okay game.
I don't think it's just an okay game. I think it's an absolutely fantastic game that did a lot of really fantastic design stuff that no one can still really come close to. Like, the idea of the portal gun and the puzzles that they created, absolutely phenomenal. Some of the most creative stuff I've ever seen. That being said, it's a puzzle game, and you're not going to get that much longevity out of it. So it doesn't really fit on my list.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, actually, I'm not gonna. I won't continue that because this isn't the shit on Portal or debate on Portal, video.
Hey,
So-
it can be. It's our weekly show. We talk about
Yeah,
whatever
we talk
want.
whatever we want. Okay. Well, my only thing is that like people lose their fucking minds over Portal. To me, it's not. It's a smart concept, but like it's not something that no one's ever thought of where you go in this hole and you come out this hole. They did good things with it, but like,
What
that's-
game have you seen that in?
I like.
Like
I
Prey, I
have,
guess, but not really the
I
same.
don't
way.
really have. Yeah, it's not on the same like scope or anything like that. But teleportation type things like that are kind of not unheard of. You know what I mean? So to me, it was never that creative. That and then everyone's just like, "Oh my god, the kick is a lure," and it's like, that's not funny. Like, it's just not.
Nice. All right.
It bothers me that people think the game is like best game ever, top 1 world, and it's like, no. Like, I don't know what other games.
And you
you're
thought that was a
playing.
lock. Oh, thanks, Brad.
Yeah, I thought that was a lock on your list. See, the problem is
Now you learned your lesson.
I am shocked that I got 2 if Portal wasn't one of them. I'm shocked that I got Rock Band 2.
Yeah, that was good. That was very impressive. I wanted to be like, damn, son.
Because I knew you were big on drums, and I'm like, that's, I think Rock Band 2 is the game.
Yeah, and then you're like, Rock Band? And then I sat there and wait. I'm like, should I just say 1 out of 5, or should I wait for him? And then he's like, ... 2. Yes, you did it.
Yeah.
2 out of 5.
Yeah. So when you said that, I raised my arms in celebration. I was so happy. It's like I fucking nailed it. Just for everyone to know what my guesses for Chris's games were. Mario 64. I knew that was gonna be on the list. I figured it was gonna be number 1. Portal
Absolutely.
1, Rock Band 2, and then Mass Effect 1, was
Solid guess.
my other guess, and then Amnesia: The Dark Descent, just based on you had one comment that was like, just based on like what the game
Oh, I said
like
I said
do
impact.
to
I
me
think.
or impact on me. Yeah, I was just like, all right, well,
Yeah.
it kind of like makes you scared when it's just a game. So
Yeah.
Amnesia.
Yeah. I did kind of feel bad. That is kind of misleading. After I
Yeah.
thought about it more later, I was like, would I be happy playing this game right now, right this second? That's a really accurate way. And I thought of that like today. So
Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, I don't think I mean, it was a great game, but
yeah, one of my honorable mentions for sure because
yeah,
it's just so freaking insane.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I actually said this, but I had
You said
other.
Kotor 2 was one of your alts.
Yeah, I had other guesses that were Skyrim, which was dead wrong. Lord of the Rings, War in the North, which we've played on the show. KOTOR 2, which I was so close to putting on my list because I knew if
Like
it's a
what Mass
KOTOR,
Effect said.
it's KOTOR 2. Yeah. And I don't know if I actually told you this, but I on under the same list, I have potentially a COD. And I'm pretty sure I didn't say it because I didn't want you to just go, "Oh, COD," and then guess that it's on my list. Uh,
It's funny.
but it's yeah, I have that there, and we were talking last night, and I remembered a game that you had mentioned in the past and you talked about, and it's now not on your list, but that was the Star Wars pod racing game.
Yes, a lot of fun. When you said the racing, and I was like, is he talking about pod racing? Because
Yeah.
I don't know. He's not dirt too. I mean, I like dirt too, but not that much.
No, no, it was definitely not this. I was thinking maybe that's on your list, but
Honorable mention, but
okay,
wasn't like mind-alteringly fun.
right, okay.
Mind-alteringly fun.
No, it's right.
That's pretty fun, bro.
Just altered your mind, yeah.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Oh, I should have set my spawn point by the track. Damn it!
That
I'm
would
gonna
be
go look
clever.
for it.
I'm gonna continue to cut the grass.
Okay. Oh wow, just a gardener at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, how is that any different than building shit?
Well, it's a
Just-
little. I feel like being a gardener and building shit are a little different.
Eh,
I don't know. Oh, okay. This is actually kind of easy. I just follow where the grass isn't.
that makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah.
You'll get there eventually.
Okay. So do you have
Okay.
other honorable mention, or do you want to reveal your guesses, or
Oh yeah, my guesses were Halo 2, which I nailed.
no?
Super Metroid, which I super nailed.
What?
Knights of the Old Republic, which I hella nailed.
You nailed it.
And then I flopped with Roller Coaster Tycoon and World of Warcraft. I really, really was so certain World of Warcraft would be on there, just because that was a huge game for you. I mean, in a kind of bad way too.
Yeah,
but-
interestingly enough, it's on my honorable mentions, but that is a game that I sincerely regret playing
Interesting.
because it did just I was completely addicted and it did have such a negative impact on me, and that
Yeah.
it was bad. Like, I mean, I met great people, and you know, I had a lot of great experiences, all that crap playing the game and whatever, but you know, it's good for life and all that shit, but no, I don't think
That
it
makes
was
sense.
good, and I probably could have done without it, but
Yeah.
you can blame Andy for that.
Blame Andy. Andy gets the blame for
Well, that him and Mike and Justin.
Mike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess you
yeah,
played
Mike,
with Mike back then.
Oh yeah, Mike
I didn't really
was
know who
heavy
Mike
into it.
was back then.
Yeah, Mike was heavy into it. I think he was the real reason. Him and Justin and stuff. Because I think Andy had mentioned it a lot, but I don't know. We're just reminiscing about like friends and stuff now. This has
Yeah.
nothing to do with games.
So many call-outs of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, that
Ooh.
aren't on the show.
We'll be watching, I guess. Maybe.
They'll
maybe.
never fucking watch.
Anyways, our weekly show where we talk about whatever we want.
Yeah, keep reminding them of that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just got Roller Coaster Tycoon. That is so out of left field.
Really, I don't know. Like you said, it's the games that had like an impact. I have this idea of you playing the shit out of this game when you were a kid for some reason. I don't know why.
Oddly enough, I do have very fond memories of. I would like design the layout of the park, and then my brother would like design like all the landscaping and make it look awesome and shit, which is
That's
kind of
weird,
funny
like
because
foreshadowing.
yeah, because like he's very good with his hands and likes working outdoors and things like that. So it's like that's actually kind of works out. And my dad got heavily into the game. Like there was one year where we like you'd have to wake up so early, and he'd wake up before everybody because I like sleep. Um, and he'd be on the computer at like 8 a.m. playing Roller Coaster Tycoon on weekends and stuff. It's just like what I want to play like, and he beat it. Like I never beat the game. I would always just play like the first map and just go crazy on it. But he beat it, man. He was heavy into it.
Hmm.
And
Damn.
yeah, I tried to
Maybe
go
that's.
back.
I was actually guessing your dad's top 5.
Yeah,
My bad.
that must have been what it was.
Might be.
Um, but yeah, honestly, I tried to go back a few months ago, and I couldn't. I don't know whether it's just nostalgia goggles that made it seem better. Um, but I couldn't go back, so I don't know if it just doesn't hold up now. But
Yeah, it doesn't.
okay, great.
I installed it and I was like, "The fuck is this?"
Perfect.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. Yeah. So that was a weird pick. I really did not expect to see that on the list. So that was interesting.
So what else did you guess for me? Mass Effect.
Mass
Yeah,
Effect 1. Yeah.
that was a tough one to not include
Okay.
because that was like my for reals RPG that I was like, oh wow, RPGs are cool, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And being evil and stuff, that was huge.
Yeah,
Good times.
I'm shocked. Honestly, I preferred KOTOR style being evil. Like
Me too.
Where
So,
you actually get to be evil. It's not like I'm a good guy, I'm just kind of a dick.
yeah.
So yeah, I definitely prefer KOTOR style. But yeah. And then my other guess was Amnesia, we kinda touched on.
Yeah, I flip flopped between Mass Effect and KOTOR for you for a while, but at the end of the day, it had to be KOTOR.
It has to be KOTOR. I've beaten that game, both light side and dark side, probably a combined 15 times. Something like that.
Wow.
Like I love that game so much.
Yep.
So do you have other honorable mentions that we haven't touched on? Or I didn't guess?
Absolutely.
Oh god. Okay, I'm excited. Do you have a lot?
Paper Mario. Oh my god.
Fuck. How do I not even
Yeah.
guess that?
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be on your list, but yeah, I love the shit out of that game, and I would be happy playing it, but I felt like it was kind of like this. I already have a N64 Mario game on my list, and Spider-Man 2 is so fun,
Right.
and it was my PS2 game, and I love the shit out of that. I don't know, so I sacrificed Paper Mario for Spider-Man.
Okay.
That was a tough one.
Yeah. That's a game that honestly for a time could have made an honorable mention on my list too. I got heavy into that game.
Yep.
That's how I got my wrist injury.
Oh, yeah.
Wrist. My Paper Mario injury from having my hands on the arrow keys playing it on an emulator. Yeah, at such a terrible angle that now my wrist is a little fucked.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
And I remember you playing Super Mario 64 and getting 120 stars using save states, you bastard.
Whoa, hang on. It was save states just on TikTok clock.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Just on TikTok. Okay. No, it's just like.
Well, that's the only way you're getting 120 stars, bitch.
Whoa, dude, what the fuck? I
So
will
salty.
fucking kill you.
Hey, I did it legit. That's all I'm gonna say. After you did it.
Yeah,
But I was just so pissed that you did it.
Yeah, you were
Using cheats.
salty. Yo, but you had it like so long. I did it.
It's not like I was playing it every day that whole time.
No, but you had it when you were a kid. You had plenty of time to try. This is just like.
I needed a motivator.
Yeah, you're
the friend I
welcome.
needed, not the one I deserved.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was like that's like you when you're just like, yeah, I just beat this song, Guitar Hero 2, and I Psychobilly Freakout, I think.
Oh, nice.
And then you're just like, yeah, I beat this. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try. And then I beat it, and then it's like, oh, hey, we beat the game now. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like
High
neat.
five.
Yeah, teamwork. All right. Yeah. But I'm just
Yeah.
don't get twisted, man. It was just on TikTok Live. I didn't save state on
I
every
know.
level.
Saying you
It was
did.
legit. With a keyboard, not an N64 controller. That's a little tricky.
Eh.
Oh man.
All right.
There's no winning argument for me on that side.
No.
There isn't. It doesn't exist.
That's funny. Okay.
Okay.
Other honorable mentions. Amnesia that you mentioned, we already said.
Cool.
The game was crazy.
Yes.
Portal. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I have WoW, which you mentioned.
Yeah.
But it's kind of reluctantly there.
Yeah. I kind of after you gave your argument, I was like, why did I guess this? That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. It's like, don't get me wrong, it's a phenomenal game,
Yeah.
and I have considered going back,
Don't go back.
even recently. But
Really?
yeah, with the new expansion coming up. But I would never go back and pay for it. If I can go back for free, it's just like play for a month. I might.
Hmm.
But
What's the expansion called again?
I have no idea. I just know it's something that's not pandas.
Something that's not pandas.
Yeah, because
That's-
pandas was so dumb.
And a little bit racist.
Wow. Shots fired, Blizzard.
No, wasn't it though? Like, it's all Asian themed pandas.
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Pandas are in the lore. I don't know the lore. I just know they're in it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just remember that one dude, Illidan or whatever. He's got some swords, and they have like panda.
the Warglaives.
faces.
Yeah, I don't think you know what I'm talking about at this point. I don't either.
Oh.
It's fine.
It's cool.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, WoW, it kind of gets an honorable mention, but reluctantly.
Sure.
No, for me, and this is one that I kind of even debated leaving off honorable mentions, but I had so much fun for the time that I
You're gonna say
played it.
Minecraft.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say Minecraft. Although fuck you, Minecraft honorable mention to Minecraft, because this game is fucking amazing, and I've sunk so many hours into it, building tracks that are way longer than this one. This one's kind of shitty because I can't even get out of the fucking cart when I'm done.
Oh man.
And building a whole bunch of shit. I have a pixel art on my fucking first channel. It's got like 79,000 views. So fuck you.
No, I don't take anything away from the pixel.
Yeah,
art.
no,
Pretty cool.
It's fine. Building stuff. I love this game. So you can go fuck yourself. I'm not really mad. Relax. Okay.
I know.
Um,
we're all chill.
Yeah, we're all chill.
this year.
Okay. No, but the game I was gonna say was Rogue Legacy.
Oh, cool.
And it was never gonna have a shot on the list because I mean the games that are on there are just like so fucking huge for me. But I can't help but think about it when I think about favorite games, just because I loved how you progressed, and I loved the controls, the mechanics, and the gameplay, and just the bosses, and I just thought it was a phenomenally well done game.
Yep.
And I wish there were more like it. Like more exactly like it, but different, so I could experience something new.
Great. Yes.
So the same but different.
No, totally.
Yes. The last honorable mention that I have after WoW, Rogue Legacy, and Minecraft is The Walking Dead Season 1.
I really considered putting that on my guest for you.
It
So hard.
was
That
between
was tough.
Pokemon Blue and The Walking Dead.
Huh.
And that wasn't the hardest decision was whether or not Halo or COD should be number one. But but The Walking Dead, and part of the reason I left it out is because if it's in there, I want to talk about it a lot and use specific
Yeah.
examples. And you are a horrible gamer who hasn't finished it when you're halfway through part 4, and then
I'm
you
not
just
halfway
have
through part
a
4.
short part 5. You totally are.
I'm halfway through part 3, I think.
I don't think so. Either way, you're close.
Yeah.
But you should be ashamed of yourself as a gamer that you
Eh,
haven't
gonna happen.
beaten it. It's unbelievable. Because it's
If I was
such...
ashamed of myself as a gamer for all the games I haven't beaten, I would just not be a gamer anymore. I would have just stopped buying PC games a long time ago.
Oh, man.
So you're not gonna get anywhere with that argument.
Okay. But it's okay. It's just such a unique experience in gaming that I haven't experienced anything even close since. And if you want to experience something awesome and you fucking haven't beaten fucking, I'm so upset. I would love to talk about it and use specific examples and amazing things why the game is incredible, but I can't.
One day.
Because Chris sucks. Yeah, one day.
Yep.
Yeah. Weekly, whatever, episode 64. We'll talk about The Walking Dead Season 1 when Chris finally beats it.
There's a TV show about that game? What?
What? You should. Okay, watch the show. Just do me that. Like, God, I watched fucking shitty Breaking Bad.
Shitty Breaking Bad. That piece of shit, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. With like,
So
what's his
bad.
name? Malcolm in the Middle dad?
Malcolm
Guy
in the
who's like
Middle
kind
Dad.
of eh.
Life is unfair. That's what you gotta remember when I don't watch Walking Dead.
I'm so sad. Just catch up so we can talk about it on the show, because the one viewer that watches it that probably doesn't care wants to know what our
He
thoughts
watches?
are. No. That's what I mean.
Great.
That doesn't care.
Okay.
And those are my honorable mentions. This
Nice.
is my angry rant at Chris through my honorable mentions.
That's like the second rant.
Yeah.
2 rants straight in the honorable mentions.
Yeah.
This is turning into the
You
Oscars.
derailed that so hard. It was entirely your fault. You got me worked up when you're just like, "Is it Minecraft or dirt?" I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" All right, now we're having a little brouhaha in the Skype
Turned
call.
into an ordeal.
Oh man. Oh god. Oh, that is
Well, now that
fantastic.
we've entirely alienated our audience,
Yeah.
let's continue on. Do I have any more honorable mentions? You fell out of the world.
I killed myself.
Nice. I think I'm good. Let's have a look. I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I too believe I'm done. And we said we should have said this thing. We said this week was going to be Sniper Elite because Chris called me out for only playing it for 14 minutes.
Right.
But Chris made the good point that when we're talking about our favorite games of all time, we shouldn't be playing the shittiest game of all time.
And yet we did that anyways.
Wow.
Boom!
He was waiting. He did. He
I was
kind of had an
patient.
idea. Yeah, you knew what I
Oh,
was
yeah.
gonna say. Yeah, that wasn't planned. That's cool. Wow.
Oh,
Dude, I'm
shit,
gonna
like
tweet
that.
this to Notch,
Okay.
and he's just gonna kill
He's
you.
gonna watch the entire thing just for that end.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, you shit on Minecraft like the whole time. You should have heard the shit he was saying before we went live. What the fuck? All right.
Oh yeah.
Just no redemption.
It's not good.
No, it's not.
No, but seriously, it's a fine game. Notch should be proud.
You can't even say it. Oh god, I'm sorry.
I'm just being a dick, you guys.
Minecraft is a phenomenal game if you have an imagination.
Which I obviously don't.
No. That's it. That's it. Mic drop.
All it is, you guys.
Where did you go? Because you just vanished.
I'm kind of in the grass, bro.
I
Just
was
look
right
grass.
beside you. There's grass. Oh, you're over here. God, you're just a lawnmower. Like, oh my god.
That's all I've been doing
That's
the
unbelievable.
entire time.
I spent a good amount of time just riding the rails. All right. Yeah, this is gonna be a really boring one to watch. Hopefully, it's good to listen to.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we've covered what we wanted to cover, and we talked about more than was planned. We should have stopped a long time ago because now it's just an argument.
Excessively long.
Yeah, it's just us ranting back and forth at this point.
Yep.
Mostly.
But it was fun.
It was. Oh, this was amazing. We should do this more often.
Absolutely. Get ready because next week on the show, our favorite TV shows of all time.
Oh
What?
shit!
Yes.
This is
we're
new
doing
information
that
to all of us.
Next time on the weekly whatever.
All right. Thanks, Probst. All right. That's going to do it for us this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed our picks and our discussion. If you want, you can leave us your top 5 in the comments below. If you like it, hit the like button. If you want to know when next week's episode goes live, hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next week.